She watch
on my Instagram, all on my Twitter page.
Retweet. Duck face on me.
She on her timeline.
She lurk.
On her Instagram,
Taking pics.
all on her Twitter
Them pretty
page.
lips. Duck face on me.
She on my timeline,
She
my
watch.
timeline, my Instagram, my Twitter page, my Twitter page.
Duck face on me.
Her timeline, her Instagram, her Twitter page,
Duck face on me.
My timeline, my Instagram, my Twitter page,
Duck face on me.
her timeline.
What's up with you, man? How you doing? What's up, everyone? How y'all doing out there, man? Lena, you had a good day?
I actually did have a pretty good day.
Man, you know, this is Man Cave episode 3, right?
Man cave.
I mean, Man versus Woman episode 3. I'm sorry.
Wow, nice to
Wow.
know that that's how you feel about me.
Man, my bad, dog. You know, it must be all that COVID going through my brain. It messed up
Probably.
my brain
'Cause man
cells.
cave shaking my head.
Well, look, I'm one of your hosts, Suave.
And I'm Lena Love.
And you know, it's the boy and the girl in this thing, man, on the Man versus Woman show. Here's our Twitters right here. Mine is at Climax Suave Polo. And Lena is at _ Lena Love 18. Today we got a special guest, man. I hope y'all enjoy this man as much as I do. He's a real good guy. He's a cool guy, man. And I like him, you know. We're gonna bring to the stage Cloudy V. What's up with you, bro?
What do you say? What's up, Swab? What's up, Lena? Appreciate you guys having me on today.
Man, how you feel to be on the Man versus Woman show right now, man?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good.
I know, me and Lena just trying to change it up, and we're actually booked with guests every episode, all the way up to about October, I think.
No, we got to
November.
November, yep.
Nice.
Yeah, November.
Keep them coming.
We're doing good, man. Thank you all for the support. So we got a subject today, man, and I'm definitely gonna put the title out to this video, but we are talking about what would life be 20, 30 years later if there was no belief in religion or God. You know, we just talking about whatever God, whatever religion you believe in, if that kind of fade out, because right now a lot of people are not believing in things. You know, you hear it all the time. Now there's less and less believers in anything now. It's more social media and things like of the world.
People believe in themselves and their selfies and their Twitter and their Instagrams and all that. You know, it's like, yeah, it's weird.
Like if you take, like, what would the world be like even if you took religion out of the equation? What do you think, Cloudy V?
Well, man, I don't know. I think it's a tough question. You know what I mean? It's like, you see the degradation from, you know, our parents and our grandparents. And I just feel like that if you look back and you look at things around you, like they built the foundations of like everything that we have now. And I feel like their generations, you know, they were all so focused and united. And I felt like that, you know, their religions and stuff like that united a lot of people. You know what I mean? And churches helped out people, and you know, they had lots of programs and stuff like that where they helped people and stuff like that. And now, like, all those programs are just like slowly going away.
Yeah.
And I just, you know, 20 years from now, a world without all that help. It just seems like, you know, people are going to be even more alone, or more, you know, feel more alone. I think, you know, I don't know. It's going to be, you know, I don't know. Or maybe they'll find another way to have something to where it gives you that hope and you don't feel alone. But it just seems like it's degrading. It just seems like the next generation just has zero interest in even, you know, thinking about it and, you know, and challenging it or entertaining it or in any way. I mean, they have like no interest whatsoever. So,
man,
I don't know.
Not only
It's
that,
weird.
not only that, Cloudy V, but these kids coming up now, man, they don't even have any motivation to do anything.
Right.
So like getting them to believe in God of any sort, man, is attached alone. They like, man, that's boring. You know,
Mhm.
it's nothing fun. They when you share, it's not supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be serious. You're supposed to take that stuff serious. You're supposed to have a respect for it and understand that, hey, this is gonna guide you somewhere. And I'm gonna say again, because I know people get sensitive about religion, but this is related to any kind of religion. Like if you don't, if you're in your own culture, regardless of what you believe in, and
Mhm.
in their religion, think about all the people that go to church with you. They just stop. They just their kids and their family. They just say, "Man, I'm not just gonna believe anymore. I'm just gonna continue and do my own thing." You know, that world is gonna look kind of
Mhm.
chaotic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
I
mean, it's just
think,
really like I said.
What you were gonna
sorry.
say, Lena?
Um, I think I think some of the issues that there are now is the fact that not that many people believe all that much anymore. So people have found new things to like worship, as they say, or look up to. And a lot of those things nowadays are materialistic. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people praise their
Exactly.
phones more uh than personal time with actual physical beings. Like if you
Hmm.
ever go to a restaurant and you see a couple sitting at a table, 9 times out of 10 they're both on their phone, not even communicating with each other. Like it's just people just they're starting to look up to the wrong things, and I think 20 to 30 years from now, I this world will probably be even more worse than what it is now, and things haven't even gotten that bad yet. So
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's,
yeah,
the farther away
religion
we get, it
definitely is
definitely
what
gets.
mold things. So
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I was going to ask you too, I mean, Swab, because I know it's man versus woman. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, like, what do you think about? You think men or women are seem to be more continuing to push that lead? You know what I mean, as far as following a religion. I mean, to me, it always seemed like that. You know, the women, my grandma, my mom, they were the ones that
Right.
were always the ones that brought that helped you get to that point where you finally did it on your own. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
just one.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Cloudy V, because you and I, we've talked countless times about different things that the world and changed based on how we grew up. I know you have a little bit more age on me, but we still have those same morals being from the towns we came from. And honestly, man, it's to answer that question, it's very difficult to say which side is will be more invested if something like that happen. And I'm gonna tell you why. Um, there's I've seen more selfies, like you said earlier, or social media stuff, and more of that stuff getting more energy than religion at all. You know, at
Oh,
an
yeah.
all-time high. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, Cloudy, um, where we was cut from and grew up, there's not too many brothers like us anymore. They kind of
Mhm.
fading out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Because we was taught where, for example, if another man got an altercation with you and they can't resolve it, there's only one decision after that. And hey, we get in the grass, we fight, and then we shake hands afterwards, or go get a sandwich together, whatever. Or you just after you fight, you respect each other as men, and you go your way and I go my way. Nowadays, there's so many cowards these days, man. They don't
Yeah,
they
I don't
don't
want
know
to do
how to
that.
take a butt whipping at all. They lose, they going to get their gun, they
Hmm.
even enter the fight with a knife and with intentions to murder. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah.
Or maim this person in the worst way. So it's very difficult to say what side would really hold up to the that end. I would say the elderly people, based on I'll say even to even put a title, I would even say like if you was born in the 80s and on back, those people will probably be the ones that'll be like, hey, we got to get this together. We can't let it fall that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think
The problem is in 20 and 30 years, all those people are going to be gone. You know,
exactly. Exactly.
I mean, I hate to say that, but I mean, they're going to be.
I mean, I
gone.
wouldn't say all those people, but majority
Yeah,
of
I
them,
mean,
yeah.
I'll say that too. Majority. Because like if you're born in the 80s, then 20 years from now, you'll be about 50 something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you were born in the
No, if
20,
they were
30
born,
years from now.
yeah.
Yeah, because I was born in the 80s. So 20 years from now, I'll be 50 something. Knocking on 60 though, knocking on 60.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Like if you're talking about, and if you're born in the early 80s, I mean, if you're born in like 88 or
Mhm.
89 or something a little different. But yeah.
Right. So if you're born early 80s, so I was born in 83, that would make me in 20 years 58, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
mean, it
then
will be
in
gone.
30
But
years, you know,
yeah, 30 years or whatever, you know. But it's
that's kind of
but those are like we're the last of the last, like you said. We're the last of the last. After that, it's like who else is even going to fight for that cause? You know?
Yeah.
It's a very touchy subject that people don't want to address, and you got to understand that, man, this world is changing, and it's not always changing for the best. You got to look at
Yeah.
some of those things that's going on in the world and why we more influenced to those things. Like everybody want to be seen on social media. Everybody want to be seen. They want them selfies and stuff. I'm gonna come back with what Twisted Barber said. What up? Shout out to Twisted Barber. What's up with your Purple Haze? How you doing?
Hey guys.
Purple Haze thinking I'm a young one. Purple Haze, I'm
Young
older than
Purple.
you, man.
What's up,
I'm
Twisted?
older than you. You know, what up, Leah? How you doing, Leah?
Hey Leah.
But yeah, man, and I agree with what Twisted Barber is saying, man. Like the kids and the young adults, man, they like,
Desensitized. Key
yeah,
word there.
man, they're on a whole nother level. They believe, and they're easy followers too.
Yeah.
Easy followers.
Yep.
Easy followers, man.
Now, for me, I feel like, so for me, sometimes it's complicated because people say, oh, well, you young people grew up to not be sensitive or to be sensitive and all that thing and all those things now. And I'm like, you can't really count me in with that group, with the group that there is now, because like I get what they mean because I'm 25. However, when I grew up, we didn't have cell phones. You know, growing up, a lot of me and my friends, we didn't have cell phones. You know, what made us popular in school was having colored markers, pencils, chalk, and the good Crayola crayons. Correct? Like
Right.
that's what made us popular. You know what I mean? We didn't worry about putting ourselves out there and making ourselves known for how we
Right.
look or for things we do. So I not that I get offended when people say that now, but I get really defensive sometimes because I'm like, no, you can't say you young people because you gotta specify it to a certain group of a generation. I feel like the generation after me though, they got to grow up with cell phones, so they had everything at the palm of their hand. They got to learn a lot of things more earlier on.
You froze. She'll come back. But I know, right? Remix.
There she is. There she is.
Every time I start talking. So they learned all that stuff early on. So I feel like if this world was to depend on the younger generation that there is now, we probably won't succeed that well.
Yeah.
Man, dude. I think that
It's the me generation. It's the me, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they don't even have time for what religion even means. It's hard to even get these kids to understand what it means. Like, just for example, young boys to understand what it means to be a man. Like you can't even build that in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Alone. Where and don't try to use the excuse of, you know, I didn't grow up with a dad because I didn't grow up with a dad. My mom taught me, you know what I'm saying?
Me too. Me too, yep.
And, you know, now when my dad got back in the picture, Oh, dude, it was. I saw a whole nother aspect because your mom can only take you so far, just like I think
Yeah.
your dad can only take you so far. So, but back on that, if it's difficult for kids these days to get that concept, man, for them to understand what religion is and the respect of that, it's like looking at a painted wall and you expecting it to be a different color without putting any paint on it. I feel like
Yeah.
that's something that my dad would say, some kind of saying like that. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Go ahead, Cloudy V, what you were saying?
Oh, well, I was going to say, I mean, the other things, like, I mean, is it further degrades, and we're talking about 20 or 30 years from now, it's like, you know, I mean, I just feel like there won't even be a place to go. It's like, I just feel like there, I mean, a church will be like, you know, a Kmart or a Best, you know what I mean? It'll just be non-existent. They're just out of business. You know what I mean? I just feel like, you know what I mean, as it further degrades and grade like that. And then
Yeah.
once that's not available and that's not there, and then it's kind of like, you know what I mean? I just feel like, where does that lead as far as, does something else come about? Just a moral standing ground, or does nothing come about? Do we just further degrade away from morals and keep degrading away? You know, I mean, it's like there has to be something to come along to kind of keep us grounded and guided. If not, it's like God help us. Where will it be? You know.
Mm-hmm. Man, shout out to Twisted Barber and G Beezy up in this thing, man. Appreciate y'all. Twisted Barber was saying over there in the UK, man, things are like they're different. But honestly, man, with this statement, it's not too different than over here in the United States, man, because they spend a lot of time investing money in prisons and getting you ready for the young ones to go to prison. You know,
No, I want to touch on what he was saying. He's saying like, so so here in the UK, prison sentences are getting bigger and bigger, and the youth of today are expected to work for hardly anything. You can't blame them for turning to crime, but I mean, I learned my lessons, and I went through my bad times and did my share of things. So I guess everybody makes their choices, you know, but not. I can't see that as now that I'm older and mature, as a blanket statement. Just because minimum wage is minimum wage, and I mean, that's why when you're real young, you're supposed to take advantage. And when you're living at home, work for minimum wage and save half of your money. So then when you get out, you're a little bit ahead, and then you keep working and you partner up somebody, whatever you choose, partner up with somebody, and then continue to work ahead. And versus you don't always have to just say, well, because someone's not going to pay me the same as what Donald Trump makes, I'm not going to work at all, and I'm going to go straight to crime. You know what I mean? And now when I was younger, of course, that was my stupidity saying, oh man, screw the man, I'm going to make my own thing. But in reality, you know, that tarnishes yourself, and you end up, you know, dead or in jail like half my friends. So, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know. Those decisions really are not the best, I guess.
I just hope it don't go back to like the old Western times of ruling of things. Seriously though, because or even yet, like my dad told me a story of a man killing another man back when he was younger, and he was telling me that back then, if you worked hard and you know you was a hard earning man, if you killed someone of the same race, it was like wiped off. You know what I'm saying? It was a fair game. You know, y'all got into altercation and, you know, you killed them, but you're a hardworking man. Hey, there it is. I understand. Compared to now, it's like, and I'm not saying that was cool. I just don't want to go back in those times. But now,
I think,
go ahead.
I think in those times they probably didn't have the whole no defense laws, you know, because
Well, now it's all
like
exactly.
yeah.
What you were saying, Cloudy?
Oh no, go ahead, Lena. Go ahead. Lena was saying.
Because you have states like Jersey, right? Let's say you get into an altercation with somebody and you defended yourself, and you defending yourself resulted to someone dying, right? They don't hold your you're still held accountable for killing that person.
Manslaughter. A lot of
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
in some states, but like here in Missouri, we have laws that protect you the exact opposite. Like if somebody's banging on your front door in the middle of the night, you have the right to shoot them dead. They just can't come in and
They in Texas, boy.
Same as Texas. So
Texas
there's certain
too.
states that lean some way, certain states lean the other way, with that. But
Yeah.
But take that and then take a less and less of God out of the equation.
yeah,
It's gonna be even worse. It's gonna be even worse. You know what I'm saying? I think that the morals would go out the window. Those morals would go out the window, man. It's like you look at The Purge. I know you've seen at least one movie of The Purge.
yeah.
You can't even imagine a world like that. You know.
I
Well, they
mean,
like,
did
hey,
you not hear what happened in Illinois? I mean,
I hope it
people
wasn't
are
The
saying
Purge,
that Illinois is resulting to something similar than that. Starting
Yeah, they
in
changed their
January.
law. I live right now. I'm 10 minutes away from Illinois, and yeah, they changed their law recently up to where it's a no. They're releasing all unless it's murder one. It can be murder two. It can be manslaughter. It can be all these other charges, and they're going to release people without any bail or nothing. No anything until they just come back for their initial sentencing. So yeah, it's insanity, right? That they're going that way. And what's that showing? Because that's happening in other states like California and stuff like that. It's because they're broke. They can't afford to detain all these people. So as like you say, as the morals get worse and worse, it's like there's less good people that are willing to put their time in and help and fight for the good cause. So it's just like all of a sudden things could flip really fast. You know what I mean? Like a blink of an eye.
Well,
especially like 20-year period is a big period. You look back 20 years, 9/11 was 25 years ago. It seems like a blink of an eye, but that'll be here in a heartbeat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Well, look, this has been a great discussion, man. We wrapping up at the end. Thank you all for coming out and supporting us, man. Cloudy V, you want to give any shout out or shout out Alicia?
You can just see me on Twitter. I don't do too much on my YouTube. I throw stuff up there every once in a while, but I just throw out my little tweets and little funny stuff on Twitter still and stuff like that. I've been a little bit dormant as far as activity. The whole gaming thing's a little bit quiet, a little lull situation right now, but hopefully we get some excitement this fall.
What's your Twitter, man? If you don't mind.
Cloudy V, just Cloudy V. Cloud Validation. I'm sorry, Cloud Validation, not Cloudy V. Cloud Validation.
So it's at Cloud Validation.
Yes, Cloud Validation at Cloud Validation or something like that. I think it's both. It just says Cloud Validation at Cloud Validation.
So look, man, I hope y'all good out there. I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation. Till next time, man. Peace and love. And we out this thing.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, for sure. You're welcome to come back, brother.
Yes, anytime.
All right. Take care, guys. Thanks for all the support.
My timeline,
She watch,
on my Instagram,
blowing kiss,
all on my Twitter page.
retweet, duck face on me,
She on her timeline,
she lurk,
on her Instagram,
taking pics,
all on her Twitter
them pretty
page.
lips, duck face on me,
She on my timeline,
she
my
watch,
timeline, my Instagram,
blowing
my
kiss,
Instagram, my Twitter page, my Twitter page.
retweet, duck face on me,
Her timeline, her Instagram, her Instagram, her Twitter page, her Twitter page.
duck face on me,
On my timeline, my Instagram, my Twitter page, my Twitter page.
duck face on me.
Her